metaphor I would use to describe that to neurotypicals so that they can understand it is, imagine it's a really hot day. Like, it's so hot that your sweat isn't evaporating. Are you going to do the hoovering? Obviously not. You're not going to do a really labor-intensive job on a super, super hot day. And you can tell that that's a really bad idea because your body is telling you that you're too hot. You get lots of warning signs saying, hey, this is going to lead to heat stroke, let's not do this, because you literally have the senses that tell you you're overheating. ADHD, I think you'd find it quite similar. There are days where, because of some, dysregulation in our hormones, our dopamine, our norepinephrine, whatever it is, there are days where we're basically overheating. But we can't tell we are because we don't have the same sort of sensory apparatus to say, hey, I've got a dopamine imbalance or whatever it is, as we do to say, hey, I'm really too hot. So we push ourselves, but we basically get the equivalent of ADHD heat stroke because we didn't realize that we were too hot. But our unconscious brain does kind of have that information and is busy trying to say, hey, look, don't do that work. Like, stop, chill out, take a break, like fall over, collapse. But because we don't experience it consciously, our conscious minds say, oh, no, but I need to be really productive and I need to really push myself today. So we end up with this kind of split between our conscious awareness that isn't aware that we're ADHD overheating and our unconscious sort of regulatory mechanisms that are going, we need to shut down here and get into the shade. So eating cheese from the fridge and doing something like dopamine or scrolling TikTok forever, I think that's a way that the body's basically saying, this is like a cold water. I'm just going to splash myself with this cold water. And we get relief from that in the same way that if you've got a fever and you put like a cold compress on your forehead, you just go still. You just go, oh, that's so nice. Even though you've still got a fever, it just feels really good. I think ADHD is really similar to that. So this overheating metaphor, it's something I use with my clients to kind of go, tune in to notice when your body is overheating. Tune in to notice when your ADHD is overheating and let yourself go sit in the shade. Go get a glass of water, whatever the equivalent is for you, but also be aware that certain things like scrolling TikTok forever, they may feel like they're cooling you down, like a really cold glass of water on a hot day feels really refreshing, but actually a really cold glass of water makes your body work harder and heats you up. So that's not a good idea. TikTok's the same. It kind of gives your body a bit of an overheat when you're already overheated. So it's about learning how to skillfully notice that you're having this ADHD overheating experience and then learning how to cool down well for your body and really tuning into that unconscious thing. But also, I just think for neurotypicals, it's a really easy way of saying, like, hey, you can't push yourself when you're overheating. You are going to get the heat stroke backlash. And ADHD is somehow under the hood mathematically, I think, really similar to that.